I paid for an elderly woman's groceries for the wrong reason. Today I was at a local grocery store buying some stuff to relax on my day off. Alcohol, chicken nuggets, all the essentials. The time comes for me to check out. I get in the shorter like and am told that it might be a minute because items are being swapped out. Not a big deal, this lady is wheelchair bound and needed the guy to grab something she forgot or whatever. Anyway, he gets back like 10 seconds later and she is all rang up and then cue 5 grueling minutes of the cashier, bag boy, and her trying to get her card to work. At about 7 minutes I just politely call out not to worry, I got it. I tap my card and pay for her. Suddenly I am a saint to everyone around. The old lady is confused and says, "Who are you, Donald Trump?" I let out a brief laugh and said, "No ma'am, just a stranger just trying to help out." Cue the bless you etc. She leaves happy, the line can move again, and now I am being rung up. The cashier says she has cash and can give me back half of what it cost but I decline. I make good money but I was dressed terribly, so obviously I could just be another person hurting for money. Anyway, I love helping other people. At the end of the day if I wasn't in a rush I still would have done it. However, in this moment I just wanted to check out. Poor lady, I hope she can believe this was one of the good times a stranger helped out of the kindness of their heart. I feel bad for my motivations to do a nice thing and just wanted to get it off my chest. My fiancé is in cancer remission. Crying as I type this. Hopefully this is okay. Sometimes we have to get good things off our chests too. We were terrified he would have to begin a new chemo regimen because he was hospitalized a couple of weeks ago, but turns out it was all due to chemo side effects and an infection. His most recent blood tests and bone scans show no signs of cancer. He's almost all done and can finally begin to heal. He told me by surprising me with a trip to our future wedding venue and said we can finally start planning and gave me a printout of his results. I'm just so thankful and wanted to share with some folks. I used to hate my husband but now I think I'm in love with him. I know the title is exactly how it sounds. I, 27F, and my husband, 27M, had been married since we were 18 years old. At the age of 9, my family promised me away to our family friend's son. I have dreaded my birthdays ever since, 1 year closer to marriage and 1 year closer from being stripped of my freedom. While I was counting down the years, I met a guy. He made me happy, made me forget about ever having to worry at all. Eventually I turned 18, and I met my husband for the first time. I hated him, looking at him made my blood boil, because I had already loved someone. We got married 2 days after meeting. After the wedding we didn't do anything. I remember sitting down on the honeymoon bed. He walked in and said, "I do not love you nor do you love me, so let's have an open relationship." I didn't argue, and told him okay. I was happy because that means I could see the guy I was so desperately in love with, but we had rules. We could never have sex in the bedroom, we must always sleep in the same bed, no talking bad about each other to our partners and more basic things. So every year after that we put on the same act, a loving husband and wife at family gatherings after we went off with our partners. Me and my boyfriend were doing very good, while my husband never dated, only one-night stands. A couple of years passed, and I thought everything was going okay till I found out my boyfriend had been cheating on me with a friend from high school. I went home and cried. My husband came into the bedroom where I was crying asking me if I was alright. Even though I hated him, I told him everything and he held me there for what seems like hours. After that me and husband got closer. I took a break from dating while my husband still did one-night stands. We started keeping each other company. We did movie nights, game nights, and he took me dancing. Then he stopped going on one-night stands. I never asked. A couple nights ago when I was getting snacks for our movie, I walked in and saw him deleting all the dating apps he was on. I didn't mention it. I sat down with the snacks and he scooted closer until our shoulders were touching. I felt a little nervous and fluttery like a teenager on their first date. He got a work call late night, and promised he'd be back as soon as he could. I fell asleep on the couch and when I woke up I was in the bed with my husband cuddling me. I was very flustered by this, and after that it has never been the same. This man that I hated so much, the man I cursed for years before I got married, turned out to the exact opposite of what I thought he was. It's like I have a school crush. I can't believe it's took all these years for me to realize that it is not his fault that I was promised away. He was also promised away to a stranger, so I could imagine how he feels. My husband started bringing me flowers and gifts. He tells me it's cause he just thought it would be nice. We began staying up all night together and sleeping until almost noon. He bought me an engagement ring upgrade, and cuddles me to sleep when he used to be on the other side of the bed. I think I'm in love with him and don't know how to tell him. My husband asked me to open our marriage. So I downloaded Tinder and showed him how many I matched with. I, F40, really thought everything was great between us. M40. We love each other, or should I say I loved him? More than anything. We have 2 beautiful children, a big home and great jobs. We have great sex and we have a lot in common. Last week he told me that he wanted to ask me something but that I mustn't take it the wrong way. He wanted to open the marriage. I started crying. Did he not love me anymore? Is he not attracted to me? Is he cheating? Why not divorce me then? His answer was no, no, no and no. It's not about love or happiness because he has both. Just something new and exciting. I was distraught the whole day and later that evening I downloaded Tinder. I uploaded one of my least flattering pictures. Wrote that I'm a mother of 2, F3 and M1, and that I was in an open marriage. I showed my husband my profile. After 1 hour I got over 100 matches. Next day it was around 2,000. My husband got very angry and demanded I deleted the app. He said he got the point and to forget about it. Now he is back to normal but I can't forget about it. My longtime BF shared intimate pictures of me. My 30F boyfriend 31M and I have been together for over 10 years and have kids together. We have a pretty great relationship and still keep things pretty spicy. It's not uncommon for me to send him pictures of myself in lingerie, topless, etc. We're in a committed relationship, so I never worried about those pictures leaving his phone. Recently, I saw someone post on here saying she found out her husband was sharing pics of her in his group chat. The comments were filled with people saying it's a common thing for men to do. This made me curious, so I snooped, clicked the drop down on messages and saw 2 intimate pictures of me. His friend had sent 2 PG pics of his wife and my BF sent 2 of me that were def not PG. Although I was not nude, my top was see-through. He immediately apologized and seemed so embarrassed, but I can't help but feel so violated. His reasoning is that he was proud of my body and it was more of a sharing trophy wives moment. He then said something along the lines of maybe the way you portray yourself on social media made me think those pictures wouldn't be a huge deal. That made me cry. I work out a lot, so I share a mirror selfie from time to time in a sports bra and shorts, nothing near of type of content. Curious how someone else would feel.